I don't think I've cried in any videos yet, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I want to be done. I don't want to draw anymore.
Hey, nice to meet you. I am the bus driver of the struggle bus. Welcome. My name's Lo, and it is time for my bi-yearly humiliation ritual. I would be holding the sketchbook, like right here in my hand, but it is over at my desk and I don't want to get up.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
This worked really well last time, so I am once again going to beg for your subscribe. This time, using a karaoke microphone. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. I am just a girl standing in front of thousands of people asking them to love her. This is so deeply unserious. Why am I holding a karaoke mic 2 p.m. on a Friday? Sorry to Hugh Grant for desecrating your legacy like that. Let's get into the video. Like the past couple of times I used an art creation sketchbook, I did choose to use a regular one, the one with the regular paper. I have talked my shit about this sketchbook, specifically the paper, specifically the color of the paper. I have decided to accept it. I am willing to take the ivory colored paper because it is so affordable. You win some, you lose some, and all of that. I also chose to use a square sketchbook, so it is slightly larger than what I have been using previously. You would think that a 12 by 12 sketchbook isn't that much different to a 14 by 9. You notice. I wasn't planning on doing this. I found this art creation sketchbook and I like the color. It is like a navy blue. I simply cannot just hoard it. So now I have to do this. I've done these sketchbook challenges so many times now that I know exactly how many pages I need to fill for the different days, which is terrifying. This is what I have to fill. What am I doing? Using these sketchbooks, I need to fill between like 11 and 12 spreads a day. I do kind of feel like we are being duped with the cover of the sketchbook because it says 80 pages. And you think, that's not too bad. I can do that. Forgetting that sketchbooks for some reason don't count pages like books do. Because books count a page, you know, one side, two side. Every sheet of paper has 2 pages. Sketchbooks count, for some reason, one sheet of paper as 1 page. Hey. Who do I need to send a letter to get that fixed? We are being duped. We are being lied to. Hello? So I didn't have to draw 11 pages on average. I had to draw around 23. I broke my pen on page 1. That's a bad omen, if I've ever heard of one. Sometimes things happen during these videos, and I'm thinking, you know, there's some like divine intervention going on trying to tell me to stop. I have yet to listen, but it keeps happening. The first page in sketchbooks usually feel very daunting because it feels like you're setting kind of the precedent for the entire rest of the sketchbook. Luckily, with like the 1 week sketchbooks, the precedent being set doesn't last very long, so it's not that big of a deal, but like I don't think that I don't feel the pressure of the first page, even in these like stupid little sketchbooks. I keep making the mistake of never being able to fill all the spreads that I'm supposed to in the first couple of days, except last time. I don't know what got into my last time. That was a deviation from the norm, okay? Usually, I am like, I have all the time in the world. Like day 1 and 2, and then around the middle of the week, I have to play catch up. It's like saving an animal from a hole in the ground, and then like the animal just doing a 180 and falling back into the hole. Except the hole is like my time management skills. It's 5:30. The sun went down about 2.5 hours, 3 hours ago. No, I'm not joking. I wish I was. I don't want to say that I got nothing done, because like I have started with a pen, like a multicolor pen, and then I pulled out my paints. I did some more paint. This, fine. It's doing its job of filling a page. And then I went into like sketching mode. I feel like I have to use like 2 different parts of my brain for like the sketching idea sequence and then like finishing the drawing sequence. So sometimes I just go in and I sketch several things. We've got a portrait. We have a circle that I'm going to fill in. It's going to be a moon, okay? We have another portrait. We have an apple. We have some bathroom tiles. This is blank because I'm going to have to paint over it, because next page, I'm going to do markers. And then when I'm done with that, I still have 2 spreads left. Do I know what I'm doing with those spreads? No. I'm sure I'll figure it out, because I always do. Isn't that the mentality? I'm sure I'll figure it out. I somehow always do. Like a dummy dum dum dum, I decided to paint this without doing this first. So we're just gonna flip the book around. I have my Staedtler Triplus fine liners. This is gonna be my last drawing for today. Am I behind? Of course I am. Who do you take me for? I am confident that tomorrow will be a new great adventure. Also, quick note about the markers. I don't know what's happened to me, because I used to be like a marker fiend. I used to be like the marker queen. I don't mind the color of the paper for a lot of mediums, but markers, no, not a good match. That's my review for using markers in the art creation sketchbook. Not a good match. Don't do it. Oh, nope, that. I am missing so many lines. What am I? No, wait, no, I'm not. Should have swatched these pens before I started, but oh well. I sniffled my way through this entire sketchbook. I wasn't sick. I didn't get sick. This has nothing to do with the actual art or the video. I just think it was funny. That was that. That's day 1. Nice. I am very insecure about how boring my life is. And I know that now that I've said that, I've given you like ammunition to hurt my feelings. Don't do that. A lot of my time is just spent in this room, especially when I'm doing these videos. 95% of my life is just these four walls. So I decided to go to a cafe for a change of scenery, to like not go stir crazy, and to do like people watching / drawing, where you just kind of creepily watch people as they walk past you in front of the window. So what I do is I sit down. Okay, I'm gonna skip like the parts where I tell you what you do in a cafe. I find somewhere where people are going to be walking. I'm not gonna triangulate myself by telling you exactly what cafe I went to, but I went to a cafe where I know people walk past, as people have a tendency to do. So sitting by the window, you kind of have like 10, 15 max seconds to draw people as they walk past. And I do this, one, because it's quick, and that's the name of the game this entire week, really. And two, it forces you to like try to figure it out. My way of figuring it out is somehow making like very square drawings. Like all the people I draw are like rectangles with sticks sticking out, like the rectangle upper body and then just weird shaped legs. I struggle with seeing, I struggle with seeing humans as like real living beings when I draw them, because they are in my head just kind of still statues. So when you're watching them move, you're kind of like, why are you doing that? You're supposed to be still. They are walking past. I kind of have to learn how the human body generally moves to like predict like where things are supposed to go, because a lot of the time I don't really have time to like actually watch how their body moves. I just kind of have to go, okay, this is that, and then they're gone. And last year when I did it so much better, and it pissed me off. I was actually so frustrated that I decided to just do some studies of people not walking. Like I found pictures of people walking from like street photography, because I got so annoyed by not being able to like figure out how people were actually moving as they were moving. So basically defeating the entire point of my like wanting to draw people moving to learn, threw that out the window. I used a Pentel brush sign pen for these. Very good pen, highly recommend. They have a pretty short nib and a very sharp nib, but it is flexible enough that you can get quite like line variations. It is also very inky. If you're not careful, you will get bleed through, and that's not something I've really struggled with in the art creation sketchbook, usually with like other pens. Day 2. Electric Boogaloo. Sun? Still no sun. This is as good as it's gonna get. Hold on. This guy, that's as good as it gets during the winter. Okay, that was awfully close. Hold on. I'm watching the Ditto documentary on Netflix. The thing is, I would much rather continue watching this than to draw. Now, as I was sitting at the cafe, I did 3 pages. Not a lot, but 3 pages is better than 0. And then we all know at some point I am going to have to pull out line of action, because I always have to pull out line of action during these. At this point, I should be giving like a 20% of my AdSense to line of action. I have like 12 spreads. If I was kind to myself, I would have done these in like month-long stretches, because then it would be like 5 pages a day. Much more doable than 23. I have recently rediscovered my love for painting, and as we all know, painting, one of the least time efficient ways to create art. The only silver lining is that I mostly paint with acrylics, so at least I'm choosing like the fastest drying version of paint. At times when I do these videos, I get almost a little bit resentful because I feel like I can't do what I actually want because I don't have time. Like, you have to get things done, but you don't have the time to do them well. So sometimes when you feel like you would want to spend, you know, a couple of hours doing something, you can't. You have, you know, 20 minutes and then you have to move on because you have so many pages to fill. You can't do it good and fast. It just ends up being like kind of bad at both. It is it's part of the experience.
Jesus Christ, there's no good way for me to, like, angle the light.
Is this good?
No, not really, but I don't have time.
I have these, like, oil pastels. Whenever I want to try a medium art for the first time, I always buy, like, a cheap version. If I'm absolutely hating the experience with the cheap medium, me spending, like, 4 times the amount of money probably not gonna make me love it. I've tried oil pastels, like, twice. Didn't like it. Maybe 3rd time's the charm. I have to turn the page right afterwards anyways, so I might as well try something new because I'm not going to have to look at it for much longer. See. Oh my god, I'm sorry. See, there's a lot of things going on my desk right now. Jesus. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Where do I even start? I think... How does one really start with this? I don't know how these works. Yep. I drew somewhere I wasn't supposed to. Fuck. These also seem like a very messy medium. It would be nice to be able to see what's going on the other page afterwards, after I've closed the book. So, probably gonna have to figure that one out. Oh, that was also too far down. Whoops. Okay, well, I could Google this, like right now, instead of like asking the questions out into the ether. With oil pastels, do you work like dark to light or light to dark? I don't have something that fits that color that I want. This one maybe. Stay with me. I know this is like a fucking skin peach color. Trust me. What's the word? It's the word you use when you use colored pencil. Like, it's something on B. Like no, not branding, varnishing, but it's something starting with a B. Burnishing. The word you're looking for is burnishing. Basically, you've put so many layers of colored pencils that, like, you're done. You're done. I think also this is one of those times where you work from the background to the front, which I have not done. Grey, white-ish color. This is color theory with a medium I've never used before. Okay, that's not, like, terrible. Beggars can't be choosers. I've never done this before. Anything is better than nothing. I also should be working from left to right. I am putting my entire hand into the oil pastels. You know what? I don't hate this. Like, I don't hate working with oil pastels, really. I think maybe the, like, 2 times I've tried, I think I've tried to do, like, portraits, which usually have a much, like, not stricter, but a much tighter portrait style than I do landscapes. With landscapes, it's all willy-nilly. It's more of a guesswork, you know. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, this is a very smudgy medium. I mean, I kind of like this. Not horrible, not terrible, not too bad. Huh, it's actually kind of cute. Look at that. Is it kind of hard to figure out what it is supposed to be? Yeah, sure. But if I tell you that they are birch trees, do you get the vision? Good evening. It is 9:30. I've taken my contacts out. I've taken off my makeup. I've broken one nail and lost a gem on another nail. I'm still behind and I'm doing one. I'm so tired. I want to go to bed. Sometimes I'll do stuff like prep a page and I'll be like, oh yeah, and I'll go back to it later. But I don't want to paint on this page. Painting takes a long time and it is mentally taxing. And I'm angry at myself for painting on that page and being like, yeah, I'm going to paint something there. Because I don't wanna. Why is everything being weird? Why is the lighting being weird? I don't like this. I have called upon the people, my followers on Instagram, to send me pictures of their pets again. And I have a lot more followers this time, so I'm getting a lot of pictures of pets, which is great. A little overwhelming, but at least I know that I have something to do tomorrow. Let's just get this painting over with. I'm gonna estimate that I have between 100 and 150 pictures of people's pets in my DMs. And then I have like maybe 10 in my emails. I do admire the determination of being like, hey, you're gonna have to accept my Instagram request for me to send you a photo, and I'm not taking any chances. It's good to know that my business email is easy enough to find, that people the people who really, really want to send me pictures of like their cats, they're able to do so. I don't know how many pages behind I am. I think it's like 10 pages behind, which is like half a day. Not good. I think I am going to do like a pet portrait extravaganza now. If you haven't seen my previous 1 week sketchbook, I do this thing where I draw people's pets. I draw them with my left hand. I am not left-handed. You know, some of them are actually kind of good, really. I have so many cat photos. Dogs. So many dogs. A gerbil, a raccoon. Someone sent me a photo of an opossum. There's a lot of choices. I really like it when you guys give me like the backstory and their names. If you're new here, this seems insane. How does one even come up with this? The great thing about left-handed pet portraits is it takes a lot of the pressure off and people love them. So what I do is I have followers DM me photos of their pets. I use my Tombow markers to draw like monochrome pet portraits using my left hand, which takes a lot of the pressure off because the expectations are so low. Because I am struggling to even hold the pens. I am not expecting a masterpiece at the end of it.
This is so fucking bad. Oh no. I'm so sorry. And your dog is so handsome. He's wearing a bow tie. This is horrifying.
Alright, I'm gonna try something different. I am going to, because I am so behind. I'm so behind. I'm so stressed. It feels like the pages are never ending. Like every time, hey, let's see. This is what I've done today. Which seems like a lot. This is what I've got left. I think I'm like halfway done for today. What the fuck? Since I'm stressed and I don't really have the time or the patience. Decided this right now, this second. This wasn't my original plan, but I'm doing it. I'm going to fill all the last pages with pet portraits, and I am going to see if I can do each and every pet portrait in like 10 to 15 strokes. How much faith do we have in this? Personally, not a lot. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. 7, 8. Oh, okay. Well, actually, that wasn't on purpose, but 10. I've got 5 left. See, it would look like a cat if there is. Right. Okay. 11. Okay, we're using the final 4 for whiskers. Beautiful. These pet portraits just keep getting worse and worse. 2 pages down. I think like fucking 10 more to go. 7, 8, 9. I mean, it's a dog in a fucking sheet. I don't know how much more detail I can put into it. Let's go with Barbie. 7, 8. This looks like Paddington Bear's like cursed cousin. Oh no, I'm making it worse. Okay, wait, let's add the body. I mean, there's a new sheriff in town. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep just counting the pages, just hoping that there's less for some reason. Ugh. See, this fucking chihuahua. Yep, that's sure. Oh no. This looks like a Renaissance painting where the artist has never seen the animal that they're drawing. We're doing the gerbil. Question for anyone who owns a gerbil. Are gerbils like hamsters, just on like a constant mission to try to off themselves. Because I remember my hamster, there's nothing he wanted more than the sweet, sweet release of death. Why do they always look so nervous? They look like they're about to tell their mum that they like spilled something. Okay, I'm doing blind drawing now. Victim, this guy. Oh, let's hope the sketchbook doesn't move. Looks like a horrible version of a Five Nights at Freddy's doll. Well, let's just do a slightly better one. See, there's no way to not make pets look absolutely awful when you just make their eyes like black holes in their face. This might actually be worse. I feel so bad for this dog. I want to do it justice. I hate to say it, I think maybe your dog just has a demonic looking face. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get your dog to look any better than this. I mean, this is definitely better than whatever the hell was going on over here. I have 2 pages left. And then I am caught up for day 3 and the like 10 pages I was missing from day 1 and 2. I am over it. For my final trick of today, I will be doing 2 pencil portraits. See, the thing is, I remember like 6 months ago when I did this, I somehow during day 1 and 2 was like ahead. Now there's a fucking bus. There's always a bus. And I remember being shocked back then, being like, what the hell is going on? I don't think any of the previous sketchbooks has been this hard in the beginning. That doesn't bode well for me for the next 4 days.
Okay, hello. That's day 3. Day 3 is done.
Day 4. It's 3 p.m, which means no more light for today. Sun gone. I overslept 3.5 hours today, which, I mean, you could say that I am so behind because I haven't finished any pages. However, what I have done is I've been sketching, baby. This is the first page for day 4. This is the last page for day 4. And all of these pages are sketched out. This is an experiment to see how quick is this gonna go when all of the sketches are done. I just have to do the actual like art. We have a portrait, we have a couple of portraits, we have some things that I'm planning to do in oil pastels because I had fun with that last time. I have a page that I'm planning on just massacrating a is that a word, massacrating? Hopefully I didn't just look stupid. A page where I'm planning on doing like a collage from my... Hey, how do I still have National Geographic magazines left? Yesterday was rough, so I'm hoping that today isn't too bad, because when today's over, I'm officially over halfway, which doesn't make the final 3 days any easier by any means. But it's good to know that at least like time-wise, we are closer to the end than the beginning. On day 4, I was officially over it. The routine is, I start to get tired at the end of day 2. Day 3, I'm annoyed, and by day 4, I'm over it. One of my biggest hurdles is that I struggle with, I don't want to repeat things. So it's real hard for me to use the same medium or draw the same thing over and over and not get this feeling of I'm not doing it correctly. What is the correct thing? I don't know. You tell me. It just makes things more stressful than they need to be. This is a 1 week sketchbook. Like, I know logically I could be drawing like 35 pages using my foot if I wanted to. So I'm about halfway currently. Loving this. I can't stand the smudging. Oh, fuck off. I do have fixative spray that I use for graphite. I doubt that would have much of an effect on oil pastels. Anyone who uses oil pastels on the reg, how do you deal with it? Or do you just accept, much like craft glitter, it is just going to be everywhere now for the rest of forever? I'm going to be drawing two, I think it's the same dog, that someone emailed me. I can't with the fucking lighting. I don't know the breed. It looks like one of those dogs that has like human eyes. You're like, that's a person in a dog suit. Also be getting my live commentary. Isn't that fun? That's a vague dog shape. Oh, I think the dog might be wagging its tail because the tail's a little blur in the photo. That's adorable. This is how, okay. I think I might just need to leave the fur alone because that is not going to end well if I try to do like poodle fur. There's one eye, human eye. There's another human eye. This guy works at a bank. You can't tell me otherwise. Nose. I'm getting like suspiciously good at this. That's not too shabby, actually. Now that I've said that, I am 100% cursing myself. See, there we go. That's the curse I was talking about. Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, I think we're doing a close-up now of the dog wearing sunglasses. Do you guys like how I am holding the pen like I'm a fucking Barbie? This Barbie comes with a pen. How is it that I somehow keep getting proportions pretty? I somehow get it quicker when I am drawing with my left fucking hand. Animals wearing hats, sunglasses, like sweaters. Huge fan. It does kind of have like a weird like middle part. It also somehow has like a middle part down to the nose, which is just impressive. Cool. Glad we got that forever on paper. Collaging feels less stressful because I have never claimed to be good at it. No one can get disappointed when it's bad. I didn't do much collaging this time. Previous times it has been kind of like my go-to when I'm just like, I don't want to do this, but I didn't do it that much this time, and I think I just forgot. I just forgot that I had the magazines. It's 9 p.m. and I have 6 pages left. I have learned and come to terms with the fact that I just have no talent for coal. Just a note on the whole like charcoal coal thing. My brain has just decided that we don't need the char part. We can just say coal. When I'm saying coal, I am talking about man-made charcoal, not the fossil fuel rock. This is much better. I did some coal stuff like yesterday. It wasn't good yesterday either. I mean, today is arguably better, but the bar is real low. I can show you what I'm drawing. You don't need to have like a head view of me looking down at my desk. Welcome. See, because of the light, I thought this was going to be a pink. I have made this so clear. I don't like drawing in artificial light. I've broken 2 more nails and I still have 4 pages left. I am just going to crank out the final 4 pages. And now there's hair in my mouth. Really bad. Ending off the evening with an abomination. I am so sorry. Then again, this is the reference photo. So, how off was I really? I know that I less than 24 hours ago talked about how I lack any talent, but I'm convinced that it's not me, it's the supplies. This is much looser. This is what I'm used to working with when I've taken like art classes when I was, 10. I'm sure it works the same way now. And then I went to the store and I picked up a package. And if you're either one of my nieces, first of all, why are you here? I got my niece's 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐿𝐤𝐚 diaries. Now that that's out of the way, I got either 5 or 7 pages done while I was out. Hold on, let me count. 6, 7. I got 7 pages done while I was out, which means that I have like 17 left. And I think this is the longest I have ever gone without turning to my ever beloved and always faithful line of action. First of all, I need to use my new supplies. I am going to try the class mode. If you're new here, hi. I am not sponsored by lineofaction.com, but you would think that I am just doing like an undisclosed paid partnership by how much I talk about this fucking website. If I do one on each page, it is actually going to bring me one day into day 6, which, to be frank, would be nice. It would be real nice to get... Oh no. Hey, nice to meet you. I am the bus driver of the struggle bus, heading to Struggle Town. I want to be good at figure drawing so bad. But I don't know what that looks like. I think what I want is control. Oh my god. I think what I want is, like, control. I want the choices that I make to feel deliberate and not like I am wildly making marks on the page. Because that's what I feel like a lot of the time when I'm doing figure drawings. I feel like I am just like, I'm doing what I think I should be doing, not what I know I should be doing. I am stabbing wildly in the dark with a piece of charcoal. I had 2 drawings from the class mode that I've really, really liked. Both of them were pretty simple and they both looked deliberate. Both of them were the 2-minute studies. So maybe what I need to be doing is only draw figure drawings in 2-minute increments. Maybe that's the solution. Screaming neighbours. I want to paint. I want to waste my time painting. And if that means that I have to do a figure study sprint again tonight, then so be it. I want to paint. Doing these challenges, you get really good at doing things quickly. You don't get particularly good at doing them well. When the number one goal and focus is to fill pages, you can choose either get it done as quickly as possible, or you can choose to sacrifice your entire life, which is usually the route that I have a tendency to go down. Sacrifice your entire life and try to make things like somewhat decent. Not a mathematical genius, but like statistically, they're not all gonna be good. So because you get so focused on just getting things done and like not caring about how good they look, there's a bus. There's always a bus. You get good at, I don't even want to say good. You get more comfortable with making bad things. First of all, you don't really get joy from a lot of it. I'm not necessarily enjoying all the things that I make. Sometimes I make some things that I really enjoy, and sometimes I make bad stuff. You would think after doing this so many times and after making art for my entire fucking life, I would have struck a balance between doing things consistently and doing things well and like getting joy. Nope. I still haven't figured it out. The pages from yesterday, hey, let's all be honest, not my greatest work. It makes me feel bad every time I do these challenges, whenever I make bad art, like, just consistently. It's okay if it's like a couple of duds, but if I continuously just make ugly pages, to combat that, I am going to take the pendulum and I am going to hurl it as hard as I can the other way. And I am going to be using paint, which is the slowest way of filling a sketchbook. These sketchbook challenges sometimes feel like absolute hell. I am making so much bad art. Like, quote unquote bad art. I'm making some good art as well, but I'm making so much bad art. Also, the thing with sketchbooks is because they are bound together, you can't really escape it. Like, if you've done something you're not happy with, well, it's there forever now. Also, there's this like weird balance of knowing that you need to get it done. Like, you just need to get it done. And also knowing that it will be on the internet forever for people to see. Art is very much a quantity over quality type of thing, and I know that. And I also avoid drawing if I think that I can't do it well. It's that one story about like 2 art classes where one class is told to create as much art as possible and the other one is told to like spend all their time focusing on making one perfect painting, and then the class that made as much art as possible created more good art because they would just focus on creating art. I have never read like that story. I don't know where it comes from, but I've heard it so many times that I know it by heart at this point. Hold on. I'm going to do some like, what did I call it last time? Human still lifes. But before that, I'm going to the store. I really do wish I had 3 hands, because I want to do like a show and tell and talk. Yep, I can just attach it to my shirt. I want to do some more line of action, but I want to do it a bit more consciously on trying to do few strokes. Try to do it simple without going panic mode, because that's usually what I do. I go panic mode and then we end up with a mess. I have officially filled all the pages for day 6. I'm getting less and less excited about this just because I am doing bad work. And like, I should have learned my lesson yesterday, considering the reason why I spent like time this morning like painting was because I drew ugly drawings yesterday. And then at the end of today, I was like, you know what I should do? The thing that made me feel bad yesterday. These 2 drawings that I don't like. I thought this was going to be something I would like. I didn't, because I didn't want to spend time doing it. Are we noticing a pattern? Then we have these. This I was planning on painting. This I was planning on doing in pencil. And then because paint takes so long to dry, as I was waiting for this to dry, I was like, I might as well just paint this as well so that I can jump back and forth. And then I started off so good because these 2 I like. These 2 are good drawings. This is what I wanted. And then I gave myself a 5-minute timer and I was like, okay, maybe if I give myself a 5-minute timer and I'll try again. This is decent. I don't hate it. And then this. You can tell that I drew like this entire body, hated it, erased it, tried again, still hate it. I don't think I've cried in any videos yet, and I'd like to keep it that way. As far as you know, I'm a being without any emotions except like joy and fun, things that do well on the internet. That's all you need to know. My sincerest apologies to the lady that sat across from me on the subway who 100% could tell that I was up to something. But I do think I was inconspicuous enough that she couldn't tell what I was up to, just that something was going on. So it's 4 p.m. I have 11... I've lost count, hold on. 15 pages left. Out of those 15, I have 3 of them sketched. So I've got 12 pages of just free real estate. I have a feeling that this is going to be a late night. This is going to be a late one. I went into day 7 with the mindset of I will create something good today, even if it kills me. And by that I mean doing things that I know have like a good success rate. Drawing portraits with graphite pencils, usually like a good-ish success rate. Colored pencils in the traditional sense is not usually a medium I work with. I use colored pencils in a way where I disregard all rules for like color theory. I am just using whatever color I want, usually when I'm using colored pencils. But I don't hate the results of this portrait. So I do think that the risk was worth it. I am, for some reason, hellbent on figuring out this whole figure drawing thing. Doing it again. I'm pulling out my charcoal and I'm trying again. What I always really struggle with is the head. Like the head is always too big and like wrong. The head should be like the last thing I do. Oh no, she's too big. She's too big. This is how I erase, by the way. I just rub. Oh no. Oh no. These are hips. Hips like that. And then up like that into her arms too short. Arms too short. Well, I don't like this. I don't like the way this is looking. No. This isn't what I was hoping for either. This is bad as well. This is not good. Oh my god, why can't I just figure it the fuck out? I hate this. I hate this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to draw anymore. And I'm like on the verge of tears. I could do these final 12 pages in like 15 minutes. I feel like a sponge that has been wrung out like 3 million times and I am tearing at this. Like, I feel like an animal gnawing at the bars of my enclosure. I am so tired and like, I'm trapped. I am trapped. I don't want to do a class mode of line of action. I don't want to do left-handed pet portraits. I want to be done. I don't want to draw anymore. I feel like I can't make anything good. This is so dumb. Crying on the internet is embarrassing. After I did my little cry session, I did some easy stuff. I don't want people to like... I don't want people to watch these videos and think that it's easy. Because it's not. It is exhausting. I love being able to do cool things, but there is a reason why I do these things twice a year, max. It feels like I'm being turned into an art machine when I'm doing these videos. Like, it feels like I am just a robot churning out drawings upon drawings upon drawings. It is so taxing. Hey, so you know how I am trying to fill an entire sketchbook in a week and how that is really stressful, and I recently just cried. I have now chosen to do the most time-consuming art form known to man. I am stippling. It feels like I'm fucking Sisyphus. I feel like every time I am done with something, I'm like, oh man, yay, I'm done. And then I need to flip the page and there's another page there. You know those questions that you ask someone who just got out of a coma? Ask me one of those. Huh? What year is it? I don't know. Who cares? I have a dog to draw. I have lost my mind. And I'm going to eat an entire piece of garlic bread. It's nearly 10 p.m. and I'm eating an entire piece of garlic bread and drawing a borzoi. I did end up eating an entire piece of garlic bread alone. I am officially at the final page. I didn't think it would happen. I didn't think it would happen with me still smiling. Final page, I have pulled out my gouache paints because why not end this with something that is time consuming? I'm also halfway through a video essay about a Japanese choose your own adventure game that I have never heard of or played before, but I am invested. My original plan was that I was going to talk to you while I was doing this painting. I kind of just want to continue with the video essay, so I'll just let voiceover load deal with this entire entertainment, like keeping you occupied thing. I have enough to deal with, okay? Let me have my joy. The screws started loosening around day 3. Now it's all just like rattling around in here. Kind of like the first page, you also want the final page to be good, but you're also just ready for it to be done. You either just want it to be done and you are willing to do anything. A couple of sketchbooks ago, I just glued the word don't onto the final page. Last time I finger painted on the final pages. So either you're like, I just want this to be over, I don't care. Or you kind of want it to be good, to like bookend the sketchbook with a decent piece of art. The reference image I used for the final page is really cool. And I don't think I did it justice. I have a bit of an issue with like reusing, like I don't like drawing the same thing twice, like using the same reference image. And we could have a conversation about me using reference images from like the fucking internet. That's a completely different thing, but like a lot of the time I don't like drawing the same thing. I don't like drawing the same thing twice by using the same reference picture twice. I think I need to work on that. You know, you draw something once, you figure out what you could have done better, and then you do it the same thing again, and then you fix those things. It's also an easier way to like see progress by comparing pieces of art with the same reference over time. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out. I think maybe, like a lot of things, I just need to get over myself. Well, that was a bad painting. You know, I could sit here and wax poetic about what these sketchbook videos mean to me, what I feel I get out of them, how appreciative I am that everyone keeps watching them, how excited everyone gets every time I talk about making one of them, how stressful it can be when everyone talks about that's all they want to see from me is these 1 week sketchbook challenges. But it's 1:45, and I have spent the past week drawing every single day for hours upon hours upon hours. So I'm just gonna go to bed. I am going to turn this camera off and I'm going to go honk shoe. I plan on sleeping so well tonight that little Z's come out of my mouth. Good night. Here we are at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. A sketchbook tour for the sketchbook is coming. Happy holidays, everyone. I'll see you in 2026.